Coach Rosie says, have you decided who is going to give your enshrinement speech at the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame? Of
I
course,
have
you're right
not.
around the corner from the TNT Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa.
Uh,
Have you started working on your speech? What are you thinking?
I have not worked on my speech at all. No, I thought about just getting it up there and winging it, but that's probably not the right thing to do. Uh, I haven't really thought that much about it. I'm still trying to process all this, to be honest with you. Because you know how I am about Hall of Fames.
Mhm.
You know how I'm about attention being put on me. I'm really not for it, but I'm sure I'll think about it. I'm sure I do. I have to announce who's going to do it or just have a
No,
person.
no.
Well, then it's just going to be a
Well, I, for
see it.
one, am looking forward to it. I hope that everybody will join us at the Thez and Tragos Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa. It's coming up before you know it. And you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork offering to help induct you, including
Yeah.
Coach Keith. He's
Yeah.
offered to pull up and pull that thing out and
Yeah.
introduce you.
Well, coach, I hope it's not a morning thing because I know he'll fall asleep during the induction ceremonies. And I just want to go back to the one thing here, and it was earlier when we were talking about Dave, and I wanted to comment on it. When we were talking about Dave eating mayonnaise,
Yeah.
and Dave said, "Oh yeah," Brooke said, uh, "That's gross," but then she said, "Mayonnaise is delicious, though."
No, it's not.
I lo- no, it's not, Brooke. It's pus. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I love Brooke. I love you, but mayonnaise, it doesn't belong on any. Maybe on a tomato sandwich. Maybe on a toasted tomato sandwich, very thin. But I've seen people just like, haven't you seen it before? Just
Silva does it, dude.
yeah, just pour it on. We have grilled chicken at catering all the time, and
Yeah.
I saw one of the guys just take mayonnaise and squirt it all on its grilled chicken. I say that takes the grilled chicken is good for you. It's grilled, it's white meat, it's chicken, it's not, and you're just ruining it with all the fucking mayonnaise. Blah, blah. Anyway, so this match, get back to what we're doing here, watching this. Uh, hey, we're just two friends watching wrestling,
That's what we
and
do.
that's right, you never know where the conversation goes. Uh, this is going to be, is this going to be a throwout finish, or are they really going to have somebody do a job here?
I don't think they're going to do a clean finish, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
They do have an
Okay.
overrun, too. They're
Oh,
really home stretching it here. But before we get out of here, we are just days removed now, as folks are listening to this, from one incredible pay per view, AEW Double or Nothing 2024. And Tony, it's pretty wild to think 5 years ago at the very first Double or Nothing, you're in the front row, shoulder to shoulder with your son. 5 years later, you both work there.
I still have the ticket stub that you purchased, and I brought it with me to Double or Nothing the other day, and Tony, I went and showed it to Tony. I mean, there's a Stone Cold Stunner. What is he gonna beat him? Oh yeah, okay, not a clean finish. I showed the ticket stub to Tony, and he hugged me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and everybody in there kind of put it over that was in his office that time. Like, wow. I said, here's where I was, row A, seat 7, and I would have been, by the way, where we are. I would have where we were sitting on the broadcast position.
That was
Would
right there.
It was right there,
Yes.
the exact same seat because we would the broadcast booth would have been table would have been gone and that would have been pushed closer and it was same spot. Here I am again. I thought about showing it on TV, but then I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna make this about myself. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Of course,
And
they're tying up Stone Cold here,
right,
and the entire ministry is out there. The lights are flickering, and Undertaker's going to get down on one knee. Here comes the
yeah,
big purple light. This is crazy. It's silly. It's not my jam. Boy, it was resonating. 6.8 in an overrun. They passed 7. Unbelievable to think about. Aaron Sheen wants to know, where would you rank Double or Nothing all time against AEW pay per views? Of course, you saw the first Double or Nothing as a fan. You've been there, part of the company for every subsequent pay per view. Where will this Double or Nothing rank you?
As far as double or nothings are concerned.
No, just all AEW pay per view.
Okay. Well, it's in the top 5. I really go back to Revolution 2020 as one of my favorite. That's when John Moxley won the world title. That's when Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin had a great match, and we had that spectacular tag team match between the Bucks and Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. To me, that's one of the best. I don't think anything can top though Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be number one.
Yeah, just for the atmosphere, for the actual thrill of being there, and the crowd. I remember someone showed me what one of the Twitter cocksuckers said. It was a picture of me, and I was in the ring, and they had a high angle shot, and they showed seats behind me up in the upper deck that weren't filled yet. Someone said, "Look at them, they're lying. It wasn't sold out." That was early in the day before it even started. You stupid son of a bitch. Yes, it was. So, but anyway, I digress. As Taz would say, it was quite a. That's number one by far. But I remember Revolution as well too, 2020. That was pretty, and that was at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. That was pretty special. And I can tell you, I remember it because I'm able to talk about the matches. That was kind of the end of the Moxley Chris Jericho feud, and that was right before the pandemic. Right before the pandemic. So a lot of memories. Well, now who's coming out here and
That was the higher power. So who has the Undertaker been answering to? That's the higher power,
okay?
and it wasn't revealed as of yet. But do you recall higher power? Recall
No,
who that was? We've talked about it.
no, I'm not. Who was the higher
A
power?
week later, it would be revealed that it was in fact Vince McMahon. So this entire time that his daughter was kidnapped and he was feuding with the Undertaker, was actually Vince McMahon. But do you know who it was rumored to be, Tony?
Eric Bischoff.
The original plan, allegedly, one of the ideas bandied around, Christopher Daniels. Didn't happen,
Really?
of course. But yeah, what could have been if Christopher Daniels would have been the guy who was revealed to be the higher power? We'll talk more about that in the future.
Wow.
But right now, Tony, unfortunately, I can't believe it. This day flew by. It looks like it's about that time.
We are sending Dave Silva back to Texas, back to the border with his family covered in mayonnaise. Dave, stay there, you stupid motherfucker.